The colors were a crude instrument. The suppressors, on the other hand, they were designed to dampen abilities of a fine nature.
Now, where did I put it? No, hold on. Let me give you the key to the X5 first. Alright, what were we talking about? No, that's just some junk. Look, a pickle! I'll save it for later. Fuck, where are you off to? The artifact just popped out of the stairs! Grab me, Stalker!
Left.
No! Why, you're light on your feet, Stalker. You can hang on to this one. You've earned it. You went after that artifact like a bullet from a gun. Seems like I gave the keycard for X5 to Sherpa after all. That's why I hate teetotalers. The bastard must have caught me in a good mood. Anyway, if you want the suppressor, you need to talk to that boring grad student yourself. He's over in Nagropron, staying close to X5. And now for the fourth shot, the happiest of them all. Oh, good. This is my blissful plan of experiment. Here comes Oblivion. You, whippersnappers, should stay away from all this. Nothing good ever comes of it. And never will.
You're the first Project X scientist I've met who's still alive. I'm curious to hear about it firsthand.
Believe me, those men of great learning would rather not have my tongue tarnish their legacy. So I'm more than willing to do exactly that. Here's the scoop. Project X was a bunch of charlatans, and I was the most shameless one of them all. How's that for a revelation?
So why did you collect those collars anyway?
They're the only thing I have left to remind me of all my future scientific endeavors. Sentimentality, a quirk of human nature. Who can really say? Anyway, here's to leaving sentimentality behind.
You used to work with phantoms. Tell me about the ability to create them.
I used to work on lots of things, including that one, yeah. What can I say? It didn't pan out. Turns out not a single subject was capable of controlling even a paltry ability like this.
What was the purpose of the controller project?
Producing one failure after another. No, really the project was meant to put the abilities of mutants to good use. But can we truly blame mindless creatures for their actions? Those in charge should have known right from the start that nothing could be changed. When you try to fix someone else's mistakes, you...
I ask you to vacate the premises. I'm occupying it and there's nothing here to take.
Calm down, Sherba. Vupalov sent me.
Is the professor doing okay? He didn't succumb to intoxication from that poison of his, did he? Its alcohol by volume is nearing pure ethanol, not to mention the anomalous component. What a fall from grace. A great scientist resorting to making vodka.
Tell me about Dvupalov. So he's a great scientist?
Professor Dvupalov is a brilliant mind hailing from the Project X era, the mastermind behind the Controller project. He used to bring science to new heights. Now the only thing he can bring is a glass toward his lips. He's disenchanted with his life's work, you see? Nothing ever changes. If only the professor had taken a moment to peruse my notes instead of selling vodka.
Why do you even bother helping Dvupalov?
How can I stand by and watch a scientist of his caliber kill the few brain cells he has left? He has invaluable knowledge and skills, the kind that are not taught at Malachite, especially nowadays. The professor has no right to go down this path.
Dvupalov sent me to get the key card for X5. I'm looking for the Phantom Suppressor.
It took Dvupalov a whole 6 months just to remember my name while I served him food every day. And now he tells you about the card right away? Did you drink with him or something?
It's tough to avoid having a drink with him.
That stuff is pure poison. All right, I'll give you the card. It's too risky for me in there anyway. But you've got to promise me that you'll search X5 for any papers related to the Controller project and bring them back to me.
Tell me what you know about the Controller project.
The Controller project did involve some research on phantoms, but its main objective was to develop specimens modified with both biological and technological enhancements. Unlike their mutant predecessors, which were impossible to keep in their cages, these were meant to be trained as soldiers to protect Project X personnel. Can you imagine? Not even S.T.A.L.K.E.R is attempting anything like that nowadays. They haven't even managed to create a single new specimen.
Since I'm headed to X5, tell me about the lab.
Until recently, no one even knew it existed. The research there was classified, and the lab had been mothballed for quite some time. Then UT did some cleanup with heavy explosives there, and found hidden levels beneath Agroprom. I used certain informal channels to reach out to the professor. That's how I found out it was an old mutant research lab. I can't even begin to fathom what's going on in there right now.
Why do you want those papers?
I tried to convince Professor Dvupalov that I'm a worthy successor to his great work, but all I received from him was a couple of his drafts, one of which had been used as a food wrapper. I'm talking about research that could etch our names into history. Since the professor doesn't seem to recognize it, I'll take it upon myself to finish the job for him.
Hand me that key card, and I'll see what I can do about your papers.
All right. It's not like I've got much of a choice. But keep those papers in mind, Stalker. You'll need to head all the way down, but if you're willing to do the job, I'll make it worth your while. I'll go check on the professor in the meantime. Seems like every time I look away, he's got a new drinking buddy.
experiment. This is not the first case of negligent handling of crucial Project X documentation. This matter needs to be addressed at once.
won't get to appreciate it. From what I have observed, he's more than a work of art. He hasn't ceased to amaze us since he was connected to the Monolith Network. Faust opts to encourage the fighters, to inspire them, rather than relying on his controller abilities. He's not just a soldier. He's a general. Yes, you make a good point. Remind me, where are the blueprints for the suppressor?
is March 3rd, 2017. You're S.T.A.L.K.E.R. You used to work at S.T.A.L.K.E.R, but you quit and tried to sabotage X-11. You failed. Escape to the mainland. Go into hiding. Then come back and make sure those bastards can complete Project X.
I was worried. Haven't you beat the Stalker? He's back. Those papers I mentioned, do you have them?
Where are your manners, young man? You won't even offer a man a shit and pour him a cold one?
Here. I don't want to be anywhere near these things.
This is... Yes! This is it! At last!
There's nothing exciting in there anyhow. I've told you before, young man, if even my own work can end in failure...
Faust wasn't exactly a failure. In a way. Haven't you heard? He tapped into the X network, brought the monolith back, and caused a bloodbath all over the zone.
So he's... your project? The abilities you incorporate?
Shut up! I knew I was right all along. So that bunch of old farts in pots haven't given up on my research. Hooking him up to the monolith was a stroke of genius.
Thanks for those papers. They're a treasure worth all the years I spent at Malachite. We'll stay in touch. I've got grand plans for the future.
And I told them that the only way to create a true controller is to preserve his capacity to think, to feel, and make decisions. Sure, right now the choices he's making don't align with what the Ward, the NDST or anyone else had in mind. But I did succeed.
The MDST? What's that?
The scientists from Project X who, unlike me, were eager to continue their research even after it was officially shut down. It appears they were the ones who made the controller project a reality. Officially, they had no funding or approval to proceed. However, C consciousness wasn't content with merely creating the zone. They were determined to safeguard a pitiful existence. That's why they needed the monolith. And later on, Faust and his abilities.
Why did you create Faust?
The mutants turned out to be far too unpredictable, useless, and downright dangerous. The aim was to mold them into obedient soldiers. The Liege had some success with more primitive tools. But I believed we were on the wrong path. The error, I thought, lay in the very design of the controllers. Without consciousness and human empathy, their psi abilities were pitiful. Faust demonstrated this vividly, but masterful tools necessitate much more precise fine-tuning.
Who is Faust now? What have you turned him into?
We granted him the abilities of a controller mutant. But I'm convinced that Faust has retained his humanity. See, there's no more Project X, no C consciousness, no MDST to protect. He wasn't being directed by a program. He initiated this of his own free will. I believe the monolith became an idea to him. Give a man an idea he can grasp, and he'll do much more than he would ever do cursed. I've always said that it works better than any leash.
I found the suppressor. Can you install it?
All right. I almost forgot the reason you're here. All the work I did. It's all become meaningless. You're going to kill Faust.
A lot of people died because of him.
Were they good people? Well, then find other good people to install the suppressor. I'm not a technician. You're as much of a fool as I am if you think you can set things right. The controller project was abandoned, and yet Faust endures. Monolith disappeared, and now it has returned. Go ahead and kill Faust, Stalker. It won't change a thing. You'll see.
Another patrol! Watch out, Stalker!
The white block? Shit!
We're circle round from the northwest. They might be good at stealth, but my men are even better.
Okay, keep your heads down until the Stalker does his thing. Star's counting on you.
You weren't followed, were you? We're already short on time.
Star's in charge of the operation. He's the man to talk to. I need to concentrate.
Ouch! It hurts!
I told you not to smoke in here. Go outside, not in the building. Are you trying to ruin my surprise for those fanatics?
Oh,
Nothing personal. I'm just busy. I'd love to chat, but I don't want to.
If you think about smoking in here, I swear I'll shoot you before this place goes up in flames.
Look at us! We're having a blast! As long as Faust is surrounded by phantoms, we can't get to him. And the fact that he has a small army and the most powerful brain scorcher in the zone is not making it easier.
Oh yeah. You guys sure know how to throw a party.
We didn't plan this when we turned on the S.T.A.L.K.E.R, but we can't let Faust turn the zone into zombie land. The zone bows to no one. This is gonna be a real mess. The Monolithians aren't creative, but they're stubborn as hell. I can't wait to get rolling. But if you need time to gear up, this is your last chance. If you're ready, I'll brief you on the plan, and off we go.
I was born ready. I live for this stuff.
Let's get down to business. You see the Dugas? We can't storm it head on. Faust and that sea radiation will fry our brains before we even get close. But we haven't been sitting around, and we've got blueprints from the underground utilities. Turns out, there's a sewer line running from the firehouse straight to the Dugas. It's a quiet way in, and the patrols won't see us. You gotta get to the transformer room and shut down the Dugas. Once you're done, we'll take care of the Monolithians while you take on Faust. Any questions?
I've got my part sorted. What's your plan?
We've got all our friends gathered. Did you see anyone on your way here? That's the point. Today, the Monolith is gonna find out how many folks are really with S.T.A.L.K.E.R. But why ruin the surprise? You're the last piece of the puzzle. Once you get down there, my unit commanders will go about their business. The Monolithians have us outmanned and outgunned. But if we can distract and divide them, their brute force won't count for much.
I'll shut down the Dugas, and I'll deal with Faust.
Attaboy! Now get into the tunnel before new Monolithian patrols show up. The signal is patchy down below, so make sure to get to the radio room. That's our first communication point. That's the gist of it. We'll figure out the rest as we go. March, Mugwort, China. Get to your squads and take positions. Let's roll.
You know, Skiff, I've got this gut feeling. When shit's about to hit the fan, I can sense it coming a mile away. But if there's good stuff around the corner, I get pumped up in advance. And this time, my gut's telling me it's gonna be smooth as silk. Just like it's meant to be. You'll see. Who knows? Maybe we'll see the Shining Zone sooner than we expect.
got here as fast as I could. What's the latest?
So far, everything's going smoothly. The fanatics are suspecting something, but that was part of the plan too. Time to open the presents. That'll keep the Monolithians busy while you make a run for the transformer room. We'll get in touch once you're there. China, we're ready.
About time. Let's get this party started, Commander.
Ambush on the roof. We need backup. 150 to the... They went around the shipwires. They got some weapons. Can't tell what it is. Don't even think about engaging head on. Let the sniper handle it. Team here. Mission complete. Ha-ha! They took the baits. 4 large units are heading to the explosion sites. We're falling back. The path is clear. This is your moment, Skip. The rest of you, let's keep the fanatics running in circles. We've got a squad coming in from the northwest. They're skirting around the checkpoint. Good. Lead them away from the rest, as far as you can. Make it quick. We're getting antsy waiting for them here. You fucking did it, Skip! The Dugar's not gonna pose a threat for a while. And now these assholes have no idea where we're gonna hit them. It's time to move on to the grand finale. So, you were after Faust, right? There's a gathering on the roof of the comm center, the Dugar command post. It seems like the preacher is about to come out and address his flock. Go finish him off. We've got your back. And if you hear an explosion, take a look around. It's not every day we make the Dugar sparkle.
Grenade, enemy! Death to the enemy!
The fight is over. A mortal dies, yet the soul endures. Welcome to the subtle world. Take a seat, Skiff. We have a lot to talk about. What time of day would you choose for an intimate conversation?
I've always liked dawn. What a fascinating show.
Much of the zone is not what it seems.
What the hell did you unleash upon us?
You know more than I do. Envoy of the monolith.
What?
You stood by his side, carrying out his will, and now you've come for me. I have angered him. And that is why you are here, seeking revenge and a reward.
I don't get it. I just want to reclaim what I've lost.
That makes two of us.
Is that so?
Some come to the zone to make money. Others come looking for miracles. Many just want to find happiness. You know? A way to feel real and alive again. But have you ever met anyone who was truly happy? And what do they look for if the miracles don't satisfy them? The monolith brought joy to a chosen few. But I've decided that all stalkers in the zone deserve better.
How generous of you.
I've been here before. Once. A long time ago. When I was a stalker. Looking for an adventure. I took just one awkward step. And my whole world plunged into darkness. But in the end, it was I who gained true sight, while the others kept stumbling around in the dark, searching for invisible wonders. The monolith showed me the zone for what it truly is.
Is this the real zone?
Define reality. The zone is what you consider it to be. I've shown you how I see it. Walk your own path, and you will come to see the zone in your own way. Such is the will of the monolith.
I'm alive.
That's the kind of news I like to hear. And what about Faust? Is he in the still alive category as well?
No.
I like that kind of news even better. Believe it or not,